tumbling or polishing stones is that it does change the energy. Not everyone would agree. When we talked about that C-axis in crystals a little bit before, or the axis or plane that the energy moves along within the stone, some people feel like no matter what you do to that crystal, the energy is always going to move in that direction. I feel a little bit differently because, again, I think crystal healing is primarily based on our intention. So I feel like if a stone has been tumbled, there was intention that went into that process, and then there's intention while we're using that stone. I feel like once a stone has been smoothed out, the rough edges have been taken off, it is a little bit smoother, gentler, more subtle energy. I feel like it pulses or radiates outward from the center of the stone a little bit gentler than something like a rough or raw crystal. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's weaker or worse. I just think there's different purposes. So if you have someone who's really, really sensitive to energy, or say a small child or a pregnant woman, you might want to consider using small tumbled crystals or polished crystals. Whereas if you have someone who's not so sensitive to energy, or someone who really needs an energetic breakthrough for whatever problem they're facing, then a rough or raw crystal might be more appropriate in that sense. So it really just depends on the situation and on the person who will be using the crystal.